Welcome to our channel, $1 Million Made Easy. In this video, we want to consider the one retirement truth few people consider. And if you're like me, I like to watch other people's videos, and follow somebody by the name of Azul right here, and he had just posted a video, the one big retirement truth we don't talk about. So that's what I'm kind of bouncing off of. Because his basically point is try to retire maybe a little bit earlier than you might consider. You don't have to have 100% certainty that your money's going to last. Uh, his whole point is people tend to lose their health sooner than they might think. They have fewer healthy retirement years, and his whole point is try to retire as soon as you can. You don't have to have 100% certainty. And here's what I'm talking about here. Let's take somebody that has $500,000 saved up and they're age 60 and they want to take Social Security at age 62 and their full retirement Social Security age or amount, according to their Social Security statement, says they're going to get $2,400 when they retire from Social Security. If they take it at age 67, if they take it at age 62, which is what we're going to look at here, they're going to get 70% of that. But let's say their expected expenses in retirement are $5,000 a month. This shows the actual numbers of what you would have done if you use the S&P 500, which is what we do on this channel. We use the actual historical returns to the S&P 500 for the last 100 years, which includes the depression years, and we simply project ahead what similar returns might do for you in the future. They won't be identical, but they can give us a possible range. So what I've done is run the numbers for every single year for the last 100 years, and given this scenario, you had $500,000, you retired at age 60, and you started taking Social Security at age 62. In the worst case scenario, last 100 years, yes, you would run into problems, folks, but this is the worst case scenario. This is 1929 numbers. If you think we're going to have return to 1929 numbers, and you had this kind of scenario, $500,000, and you were getting 2,400 at age 62. Actually, you wouldn't be getting 2,400. You'd be getting 1,765 because you're getting 70% of what this amount has grown to, because this is going to grow over the next couple of years. But if you wait till age 62, it'll grow from 2,400 to 2,522. But you only get 70% of that. Your expenses in 2 years from now will be growing by 2% by 3% a year. So we run those numbers. So you're going to need this kind of money from your nest egg. And if you had returns like 1929, yes, you would run out of money. But Azul's basic premise is if you could believe that you might have a 90% success rate, then your money would last 11 years. If you actually could go out and live with an 80% possible success rate, again, this is over the last 100 years, your money would last at least 33 years in 80% of these scenarios. So this is kind of scenario we're looking at. If you have this kind of money, want to retire at this age, start your Social Security at age 62, and have these kind of expenses, what would happen if we go up to 700,000? I want you to notice, type this in here. As soon as I hit enter, it's going to change all these numbers of when you run out of money and at what success rate you're going to run out of money. Watch what happens when I hit this. Now you got a 95% success rate with this kind of funds over the next 100 or over the next 23 years. You're going to have a 95% success rate. And look at this 90% success rate. Again, using the information from the last 100 years, you would not run out of money if you had 700,000 and needed 5,000 a month in today's dollars, and you wanted to retire right now and take Social Security at age 62. But that's what we do. We run all kinds of different numbers for people. Hopefully this made sense to you. Obviously, if you was getting more from Social Security, you had less expenses, then you might be able to live with the 500,000. But it looks like you'd have a 90% success rate using the information, again, for the last 100 years. If we had returns like what's happened in the last 100 years, 95% of the time, you would not run out of money. You'd have a 90% success rate with these kind of numbers. Let's do one more thing. Let's do 600,000. But the whole point is, try to retire as early as you can because those are going to be your healthy years. I highly recommend that you watch that video. In this case, you'd have a 90% success rate of your money lasting at least 34 years with these kind of numbers. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But again, the one big retirement truth we don't talk about is you only have so many healthy years left. Try to get uh, retire as early as you can. Are you happy with possibly having a 90% success rate? That's what we're trying to show you on this video. Don't expect to have a 100% success rate because that's very rare to have returns like 19, 29, 4 straight down years, and then all these down years. Unless you think that's going to happen, uh, don't base your whole retirement fearful of what might happen, that we might possibly have a return like that. Be happy with a 95 or 90% success rate over the using data from the last 100 years, and retire maybe a little bit earlier and enjoy those healthy years that you have. Again, I highly recommend you typing this in YouTube search engine, the one big retirement truth we don't talk about, and just listen to what Azul says because he makes a whole lot of sense. But I just want to run these numbers showing you, yeah, if you have a 95 or a 90% success rate, possibly you can retire with these kind of numbers if you're getting this kind of money with Social Security. And these are expected expenses. Now watch what happens. I'll do one more thing. What if I change the expected expenses to 4,500? Watch how these numbers change. All of a sudden you got a 95% success rate of your money lasting 25 years or more just by changing from 5,000 down to 4,500. Again, here's the difference: 14 years, 25 years. Just changing what your expected expenses are. Again, we could change any of these numbers, but that's what we do on this channel. We run all kinds of different numbers for people. We just love doing it. Please consider subscribing to this channel. Please share it with others. Let people know there's a channel out there that will run numbers for and then point out different financial stuff that you really need to know as you prepare for your retirement. It's more than just finances. It's how many healthy years do you have left that you want to take advantage of, that you can do the things that you want to do. But I highly, again, recommend you watching this video, the one big retirement truth we don't talk about, and it's by a financial YouTuber called Azul. Thanks so much for watching.